Hey there. Welcome to my match with Marcus in the Prosperity Mix tournament. It's been a good one so far. I hope it can continue. So this has draw and buy and actions and whatever. Nice projects. Particularly Citadel. Basically, you have to get thin with Catapult, and then do some mixture of Ironmonger, Council Room, Encampment for draw, making sure you play Catapult every turn, and then some wild hunts possible, though you don't have a whole lot of villages. So, and then just try to, have good cards. I guess I don't know what mixture of the payload. The payload's sort of varied here, so you'll probably play with one relic. Seems likely, anyway. I'm probably gonna. So here, there's some question of whether you want like second Ironmonger, second Catapult, or first Quarry. I may not have those options, so it may just be a clear second Catapult for me. No, okay, so he doesn't trash copper, so there is a choice here for me between those three options. But I'm not. The Quarry is nice. You can probably buy something even if they Catapult attack you. Worst comes to worst here, you can buy encampments even if you expect to just blow them up. So that's not too bad, even if you can't really afford something you really want. I probably will get a second Catapult here. Just trashing a state. It's that or encampment. You kind of would prefer the estates to be in the shuffle. You'd rather draw cards than just get a dollar. I'm not sure about the silver. Obviously, you'd much prefer it be like a Quarry. That being said, I don't know whether just taking an encampment is better or worse. I'm going to try just taking the encampment. So that was unfortunate, but I will just live with it, I suppose. Ironmonger split may kind of matter here. Which of course makes me wonder if I should take a Quarry, but another nice thing about the Ironmongers is that it may let you get to Citadel. So he gets a Council Room. Just gonna play this and hope we so I can attack him and still buy a Council Room, which I think is what I'm going to do. If I had 8, I would probably just, surely I would just take the Citadel, but We may find... Hopefully we hit action. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, this doesn't matter. I will need... This will be a quarry. I mean, it could be double encampment, but I'm gonna do a quarry. So he's probably gonna get to do the same thing to me if he has another. So he didn't have another ironmonger in hand, so that's cool. I don't need that catapult now, and in fact would rather have it in the shuffle so I can do this. Okay, so I'm ahead at this point. Though I could still... I would like to hit 5 again for a relic. I mean, I could take the relic now. I'm gonna do double ironmonger. Just to make my turns more consistent. He takes a citadel, which I think is totally reasonable. I mean, I'm probably gonna just get actions from the rest of these, so I think maybe my bottom card's ironmonger, so I would prefer to keep it. He's gonna be pretty happy now. I guess I could have gone encampment, whatever, last time. I'm gonna have to start replacing. I'm probably gonna need a trove. I don't know where the trash sits. So he has 4 coppers left and a silver and an estate. So he has, 4 more stop cards than me. This isn't very clear to me. I actually don't know how much time you need to spend on the attacking stuff. Assuming they're clean and have like Citadel, I don't know if you hurt them. Hurt them sufficiently. Versus just getting buys and stuff. Like if I were gonna maximize going for payload here, I would take Treasurer. Council Room, probably. Or Treasurer Ironmonger. Probably Treasurer Council Room. I'm gonna try Treasure Council Room. That'll let me do quarry trashes for curses. It'll also give me some of the money I need. We could totally dead here if the quarry is what we reveal. Otherwise, we won't. I do need a citadel because, well, now we can't dud. At least not that way. Do need a citadel just to make the turns a little more consistent, but we'll see how all this goes. It's not totally crazy to get like a trove, but I don't love it. Well, maybe I love it. I mean, it's kind of the fastest way to add cash if you're just going to buy draw based engine. I may want to leave. I may want to discard actions in the hopes of hitting additional village effects. I do need to hit quite a few villages here to do everything I would like to do. I don't have to play both council rooms. That's not critical. But I do need to hit some of them. He'll probably get a quarry now. I was wrong. He got a trove. Well, I definitely want that, so. Okay, so we can't do the second council room. That's okay. I don't know that I really have the money for it. That was more of a consistency thing, I would say. But yeah, I'll have 5 easy. Okay, so I can go like Ironmonger Trove. That's probably okay. Hopefully, well, he'll have encampment. Yeah. I was going to say hopefully he doesn't have the draw, but he'll have encampment, so. One nice thing is if I do get to giving him 2 curses a turn, then he won't be able to militia me unless he decides to keep a curse around. The quarry is still in here. Okay. Alright, that's all good. Basically, here I need to decide whether it's worth it to get another encampment. Probably the additional council room card doesn't matter a whole lot. So, I guess I can't double curse him unless I have the yeah, I didn't think about that. I need like rocks. I mean, I can double curse him if I don't want to have a I can double curse him next turn, potentially. Anyway, so it's not quite as nice as I was imagining because I'm stupid. But still pretty nice. Oh, he had golden hand, so. Yeah, at this point, the catapulting stuff doesn't become so important. Maybe. We're gonna fire off every turn, is the thing. I don't even know if I needed Citadel. Obviously, Guildhall would be nice now. I maybe should have gotten Guildhall instead of Citadel. I mean, like, I'm a little bit overplaying consistency at this point. Which is not ideal. Plunders or whatever. They're not that exciting. I would like to try and get cash from these ironmongers, actually. Because I already have 30 actions. Of course. I guess you should alternate this. I don't know if I did that on my last turn or even if I could have. But you should do one and then catapult and then do the other one, technically. Probably never matters. but all the same, I mean, I could double. I mean, if I'm not buying actions here, I could double curse him. He's not going to take my quarry in the meanwhile. Like, what are my buys? Well, I'm going to get the quarry back no matter what. It's just whether I trash it again or don't. So, how much money do I have? 611. $13. And I can the ideal thing here would be to get like I'm not entirely sure what the ideal thing would be to get here, but like Guildhall Council Room, $13 is not real ideal. I mean, I can do the additional curses next turn. Well, even if I, well, that would let me buy 3 things anyway. Sort of feels like Guildhall would be useful. I don't know if the game will last long enough for that. Is maybe the issue. Okay. So I'm set as far as my hand goes. I don't know how close he is, or how many turns it would take him to get to triple province. That's maybe, I mean, I can double in my turn because I'm going to be gaining 1,000,000 tokens. He can double. But can he triple on his next one? Because I for sure will be able to triple on my following turn if I draw. Maybe even quad. Plunders don't scare me. I should almost think about just true trashing 2 coppers. Or at least consider it. Probably not. Now I may not need the quarry anymore. So I may be able to double curse him here. About the only action I'd buy would be a council room. I don't need to play this other council room. I think I'm going to go for the double province here. And then I'll be threatening quad, I think. Though I could whiff, for sure. I could get a catapult. That's not totally crazy, and it doesn't... Well, I won't draw anymore. I mean, I'm not deck drawing anymore, right? So I just added like 5 cards. So probably don't want a catapult. I mean, I may hit provinces, so I may still deck draw, but this is already a perfect starting hand. Just keep the council room, iron, gold, and encampment. Of course, on my last turn, I mean, of course, if I think it's my last turn, I don't have to keep gold. I don't believe he can triple. And I believe I can quad. So, yeah, I mean, that's a consideration. I don't have to keep the golden hand. Depending on what I think I can do here. At the same time, it's not... this is a lot of the ironmonger, so that's not great. I could certainly dud still at this point. I mean, even drawing this pretty big amount of cards. If I don't have the encampments, if I'm returning them, I mean, there's not even guaranteed I necessarily have to return them either. How much money did I have last time? I had $17. No, I had more than that. I had $19. Then I added $8 more. Give or take, the ironmonger's not guaranteed. And then I have 6, and I'm going to be up to like... So I don't have to keep a gold. Because quad province should just be winning. Because I'm going to province in subsequent turns for sure. It may still hit. Maybe not, but... Triple is just totally unsafe for him. He can take some duchies now. I may be able to quad and duchy even. I don't know. Well, maybe. I probably don't have the bias to quad and duchy, do I? So that's not gonna happen. Okay. So that's that. I gotta make sure I can do this. The Ironmonger thing's a little unfortunate. Anyway, that's... So... 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 13, 25, plus a million. Plus a million coffers. All right. That was a really interesting, or kind of a neat board. I like that Guildhall stuff there. I don't know if it was the best thing to do, but it was kind of cool. Whoops. I did get better draws early on to get trashed. I'm fairly certain. Without, I mean, I didn't like explicitly notice when one of his cards missed the shuffle or something, but it kind of looked like that's what happened. So, no Corey here. That would be the thing. There is platinum. You can open like Baron Lone or Magpie something. Stacks of Grand Markets are going to be pretty good in forums. For sure. Magpies are not maybe that important, though they could be good. Certainly if they draw well, then they'd be nice. I'm kind of tempted, I'm kind of leaning towards the Lone Baron opening. Who would double Baron, am I right? Whoops. Sorry. This will just be Magpie. My Baron, of course, is sad. He just... Oh, I get 2 points. Boom. This could be either Magpie Silver or Gold, or Forum, or Forge. Could be any of those things. Forge has a shot at, well, doing Forge stuff, I suppose. Magpie Silver has shots of doing those things. You're not going to get... there's no guarantee you get a good Forge target. But we'll try it. Thinning, turns out trashing is good in this game. Forge getting flipped isn't the best thing ever, but relatively satisfied with the deck in general. The Magpies, maybe nice, can potentially get you to like 9. Like here I didn't quite get 9. So this is not really a great hit. Or it's not maybe ideal. It's okay though. Basically the options are to kill all the coppers and the states for what would be another Magpie, or you could do Lone. You're not going to get a second Forge, that's no good. But you could get a Forum, I guess, or a Charm. That wouldn't be too crazy. The Charm play. It would of course leave you with an estate. If I go from here, I've trashed a lot of the coppers, nearly all of them. Maybe when I hit this Lone. Well, not all of them. So anyway, the point is the Baron. I'm gonna have to buy treasure, but that's not a huge deal. He may be able to empty the Magpies here. I don't know if he has quite that number to do that, but but it's not crazy. It's not impossible. And he'll be clean this turn. Well, he's already pretty clean, but he's getting a grand market. It'll actually be a little while before he hits, like, say, platinum. I'm gonna empty these bad boys. So I mean, I think the last card is also a magpie, but it may be something else. Yeah. I've got 3 magpies. I can forge for a platinum. Which is probably okay. Unfortunately, I don't have excuse me. Unfortunately, I don't have a coin on the mat, because that would be really good. Or pretty good. So forge for plat is not ideal because it's still I don't buy anything real nice the next turn. I would have to buy like a charm the next turn, which that's okay. And I would need to keep a copper around for the charm play to make sense. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to like buy GM this turn. And well, that's not true actually. So I could buy a copper. Which is a little weird, but I could go forge Baron Estate to Grand Market and then buy a copper. Kind of like the charm line a little bit better. Both involve keeping a copper. One involves keeping 2. Or not keep. I wouldn't have to buy a copper. I would just have to keep the copper. No, I would have to buy. Yeah, okay. So if I'm doing this, it would be like forge, Lone Baron, Estate, and a plat, and then next turn I buy a charm. And then I'm going like gold charm or gold GMs the next turn would be the play. It's not like the most inspiring play of all time. Unfortunately, there's not a thing I can do with just the magpies. I don't know if he has 9 here already. I mean, I can get a province if I think that would be awkward for him. That's about the only thing. He buys a bandit. Okay. Bandit could be scary for sure. Did I really get 9 magpies? Whoops, that's not how that works. It doesn't put my whole name. All right. So I'm gonna buy a. Yeah, there's like not a good 8 or even a 4 really. So we hope the bandit doesn't hit, because that could be game destroying for me. Whew. All right, we're live. I mean, as long as I get this 1 gold grand market gain, then I can kind of, I'm not dead in the water or anything. I should win the arena split. We'll see if I may even get 10 of them. Getting 8 will be no problem, since I'm getting 8 right now, of course. Apparently I do have 9 magpies, which is kind of funny. I could get a bandit myself. I don't really want the magpies in hand. I mean, it's not critical that they be in hand. I could go second charm bandit. I kind of like the gold GM line though, but maybe that's just because that's the one I was already thinking of. Maybe just 1 magpie on top. So he'll probably hit a treasure. Hopefully that treasure is my copper. I'm gonna need forums. We'll see if he... Oh goody. Having 9 magpies here is nice. Okay, so we win the arena split. And he doesn't really have the... And he doesn't have the draw to support these golds. I mean, he can get forums, but there's somewhat a limit to how big he can build here, whereas I have more, pretty considerably more, I mean, top building potential, just due to the magpie split, which is, you know, massively in my favor. Alright, I guess we'll trigger the 2 on top. Magpies aren't ideal for foraging stuff, unfortunately. At least I don't have silver, so they're not so great for that. Yeah, I want a forum, so I'm gonna go with the same play again. Could be bandit, but I feel better about just building myself than about trying to attack him. Forums are nice. Forums are an extremely nice price point for forge stuff. many coins does he have? One. So he just kills his bandit. That's interesting. I think it's too early to green. The piles, I don't know that the piles are really gonna run. I'm gonna certainly just hit the forms really hard. I mean, I guess maybe he's gonna replace his bandit. I don't know. I'm not particularly worried about the lone colony there. I don't want to, I don't want to miss a pile out coming up, but I don't see one that's that close. I mean, we'll get the GMs and we'll get the GMs low for sure. We'll get the GMs and the forums low for sure, but do I want more golds is the question, or is a question, because there may come a point where I just don't want the golds to come with the grand markets, but maybe not yet. So this can be a couple forums with the GM gold again. This turn I'll at least think about greening. I could have got a bandit. I'm just not sure. Definitely close to a point where it'll make sense for me to forge stuff for points. Province would not be bad for me. Because I have a lot more money than him, which limits his ability to bid. I think I have a lot more money than him. I'm probably at double colony in cash this time. I added 5 and I had 16 plus 2 more potentially. So I'm at $23 now. So he's going to try and rush those down. But if I double colony here, I may consider the province. He doesn't have money, right? He has $6 plus, I guess he has $12 total. So I may go like colony province forum. That math does not work out. But I guess it makes sense to play the forums close to as soon as you have a couple treasures in your hand. Because you would like for all the magpies to hit. Okay. So it's worth considering here going province, colony, colony. That'll give me a points lead. And I could get rid of one of the... I could get rid of the copper. I don't know if that's really right, but I'm going to try it. He bids 14 or 13. So if I give it to him, he just is done, right? He can't do anything on his turn besides forge, maybe. That's even assuming he draws everything. Though at the same time, so he would be at 32, so he'd still be behind me. He doesn't have like some secret second forge or something. So he would still be trailing me. 14 is enough that I couldn't. I'm going to let him take it. So he's going to basically take 8 VP on his turn and be 1 in debt still, which I guess is okay for him because he can buy a colony still. But if I like double colony, that would be tough for him. I'm not at all guaranteed to be able to do that, and I may have to province duchy dance some here. But I can do that too, I mean. I don't know if he got to all his money. He has another forum though, so, or maybe he doesn't have another forum. He does have another forum, okay. I guess he's thinking about whether he wants to forge forge into a colony. That's a little risky, because then I can just mill a colony to win, potentially. Him taking any colonies is a little risky. Like, if that's what he's considering, he probably has like forum and gold in hand and forge, and he's thinking about it. But okay, so he goes for province. That makes more sense. I draw forum. I need to stop here because this is. I need to be stopping as I play to think, because like this could be colony province, but he could double colony. I think he might have a forum in hand. I'm kind of likely to just draw a couple magpies and not have a real clear discard. The magpies can pretty easily whiff here. I mean, I'm very likely to play on. I'm just trying to look at what my options are. I could go colony province, which is going to give me, which will certainly lose to true double colony. It won't lose to milled colony. It'll lose to duchy. It'll lose to like, well, he couldn't have enough money for that. So it would lose to true double colony. It would not lose to like mill colony, buy colony, buy duchy. It would lose to that, but I don't think he has enough money to do that. He would need $17 a deck. He just doesn't have that. So the fear would be that he gets to $12 and has a millable, or a true colony conversion. Otherwise, if I stop here, I have a pretty okay shot on my next turn, I guess, of drawing. On the other hand, I can go on here and I can probably still do something similar to what I would do right now, but potentially something better. Not guaranteed, though, by a long shot. So if he takes... And of course, in my next turn, I could just dud. And playing the form now would help that stop. Or make that. If it's immediate, anyway. Oh. I kind of want to just stop. Okay. Alright, well, I do have discards anyway. This is the same hand, except that, or this is the same option, excepting that I lose 2 magpies and I keep the gold. This is a win. Okay, this is a win. Or, effectively a win. I can still play this Grim Mark, and if I find colony, then I just outright win. I still didn't find my colony. Maybe the form was outright win anyways. This would be like colony duchy. Which I guess is what I'm going to go for. I could still whiff my turn. Colony province doesn't cut it for him, so I think he's going to have a hard time catching me. He'll need another turn in any case, I'm pretty sure. I could have... I don't know that I actually had... Well, was that 17? I was at 17, right? So maybe I was only at 16. No, I was at 17. I had a buck left. So I was... If I had found a... But I would have just... Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. I was thinking my mill... I was not going to triple colony. At least not with the hand I had. I would have needed to hit get more magpie hits beforehand. Maybe he has a finish. I don't know. I suspect not, but I don't know for certain. He could take a tie. Maybe he can province. He might be able to province duchy colony. Maybe? I don't know. to colony even is going to take some economy, because like he's going to have to blow a gold up to do it. So it looks like he's just going to take a province. I don't think an estate really helps him. Okay. Somehow I had 9 magpies. That was weird. That wasn't even really the deck I intended to build at the start. I intended to be more just thin GM deck and just like platinum heavy. But that's not at all what my deck ended up looking like. Just because it sort of, the forge hands just sort of meant more than anything I intended to do in the end. There is no trashing. And I have the 5-2 on an IGG board. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if you go with tracker or tracker or page for your pairing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for the IGG. It could lose. Maybe not. I don't know what you like better, page or tracker. Like the treasures are good that you get from page, of course. So it's probably that. I don't know the top decking. I mean, the boons are potentially nice, and the top decking is potentially nice, but probably not that important. So I think I'm going to go IGG page. Or actually, well, I'm not sure. Because you may just want to delve. You may just want to delve more than a page. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try the page line. We'll see how it goes. You could certainly silver flood yourself here, and maybe that's enough to just fight off the IGG rush. His page missed, which may end up... We're likely to empty the IGGs before we get to the hero, to be honest. But if I do get to a hero, it may mean winning the curse split. Did he miss again? That's not good for him. He gets another tracker on top. I'm not sure about that, but... so I miss here. The border villages just do not matter. Unless you want to... No, they just don't matter. I mean, they'll give you some control of shuffle if that's what you want. Hopefully he gains a lot of cards this turn. That's good enough for me. Yes. The warrior, I mean, there are reasons not to take the border village. Like, you can help their treasure hunter. You can, it can mess up your warriors if you have warriors. Like there, I would have gifted him another silver if I take the border village. This will probably be a province for me. Well, I don't know what I'll draw. It potentially is a province for me. I guess the border villages is like technically has 2 terminals, but the decks are so fat I don't really see what the particular advantage is. We'll just all green here. And I will in fact, well, that won't matter because they're already as low as those, but. So there did let him play another, probably gets him to province, so that's nice for him. There's no reason not to just buy province. You know, it would have been nice here actually, is a monument at some point. Like that double, like if I was opening as him, I would have opened with, so he was just thinking about whether he wanted a copper or a silver with his, I think that's totally reasonable. I mean, that's how I've been doing it anyway. I'm hitting 7 a couple times, whereas he's a little more likely to hit 8 than me. So that's not ideal. But we must just persevere. I mean, the trackers definitely let him do that more than my stuff would. Potentially. That's nice. That's really nice. Not so nice if he misses 5, but. Oh, I would have double estated for sure. I would 100% have double estated there. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because a tie still. Yeah, maybe it didn't matter because I still went on it. No, I don't still. Do I win on a tie? I don't remember. I don't think I went on a tie, so I would have double estated. 100% there. So if he has 8, he'll probably win. I mean, I can just try and see if he doesn't have 5, which is extremely unlikely. But I mean, it was my only out at that point. I do think he should have taken an estate. I mean, did he tracker the silver on top? Maybe that makes a difference. I wasn't paying close enough attention. If he was trackering a silver on top, then that's a little different. I mean, it makes your, which I'm sure that's what he did, makes his choice a little bit harder. I don't know that I agree with it still, but it was a little sad I won the curse split there, but never. I think I won the curse split. Maybe I didn't. Never drew an $8 hand, and I had silvers. So you expect to at some point draw an $8 hand when you have the curse split one on an IGG board, and especially with the delve stuff. But in any case, it's all good. I don't know if charm is very good here or not. I mean, I'm just going to get a patrician, of course, on my 2. But there's not a lot to do with charm, unfortunately. I mean, you still buy it, potentially. I would certainly be happier if I had the Humble Castle opening option, I think. Lost Arts doesn't look very important. City quarters do look very important. Whether you want a marauder or not is not 100% clear. You probably do, though. Magpies look pretty important, so it may just be better to open with the magpie than the charm. You can get, I mean, your charm hand is very unlikely to be better than just like buy 4. Like potentially it can be a little bit nicer than that. He goes with the marauder. I think that's fine. Obviously Marauder doesn't hurt as much with the city quarters, but it still is really bad to have the ruins, and the spoils are nice for GM gains potentially. So maybe I'll just follow on that. Hopefully I hit 3 here. I would like to pick up a gladiator. I don't, so I'm just sad. I'll probably buy a magpie on 4. I don't really want a silver. Hovel trash, of course, is fine. I would have loved to have a gladiator in the shuffle. I can keep spoils if I want. I could buy a city quarter. Again, crumbling castle, that's pretty garbage. City quarters are not completely crazy, though it's maybe a little crazy. Hireling's not crazy. Citadel would not have been crazy, but I didn't have 8, so. This will for sure be a gladiator. Almost got that. Is another hireling better than giving him a ruins? Is the question. And it's not guaranteed hireling, so it's a bit harder of a sell. I would have loved to buy another magpie. Hopefully on this turn I will. So my hireling misses no matter what, so I might as well play the survivors and move that along. I'm gonna buy a magpie. Soon it'll be time to maybe just try and buy the city quarters, even though you don't have a lot of money maybe. Citadel would be so good to get here. We are just going to have piles be gone, right? The Emporiums maybe start getting bought. The ruins go, the magpies will be gone. He buys an Emporium. It's not worth points. This is 7 potentially. I don't know if he has a survivor, so I'm going to check. It looks like it's just me. So I can get 7 here and buy a city quarter, which is probably okay. And then I'll likely go for another gladiator on my turn. he gets another higher lane. I think that's completely reasonable. Here I am. I wish I had 5. I would take an Emporium. But, oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. And Marauder may be on top too. So I'd probably get my I may get my Citadel here. We shall see. It would be nice to have a ruined mine, but he goes into 6 debt, okay. I mean, the Patricians and the Magpies could just never hit, in which case I wouldn't get my, I need to check if, so he does, in fact, he has 2 of them. So I'm more likely to hit, I guess I'm getting to 8 no matter what. But I'm more likely to hit with Oir, Necro, or Marauder. Anyway, they're all the same. And Abandoned Mine is the lowest. Oh, he did block, but fortunately for me, it did not matter. Okay. So I could, well, no, I'm not going to do that. This is okay shuffle to trigger. That was really nice draws. I guess I could have got a GM there. But no dice. Okay, he's getting this. He gets Emporium. So he's going for the points play. I mean, that makes sense. I know there's a city quarter in there, but I don't really need the Necro with it. I guess it's maybe better to leave the Necro with it. It's not clear to me. I guess I'm going to take the Fortune. Probably should have left that Necro, huh? Since I knew there was a city quarter coming up. Oh well. So he'll be able to either Citadel or Fortune himself. Definitely, I'm going to definitely have to score some points, like, as soon as possible. If he draws, he may just end the game, boom, 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 if I don't have good turns before I get to really do much of anything. If he can get these Emporiums gone. But anyway. I would have liked to have a ruined market before the last one, which I'll probably, well, I may end up with it, but hopefully I have an action on top, but obviously there's a bunch of junk in this deck, so it's not guaranteed, and in that case I don't know which of the things to play. I suppose it's the magpie. So pretty okay. So it didn't end up being too bad because I drew all this stuff. In fact, it lets me buy province, so it's awesome. So now I'm not at least immediately threatened by that. I don't think I can afford to take debt here on a city quarter. You don't have any guarantee really that you're gonna get another turn. GMs are pretty hard to buy here, actually. Just because, well, you're likely to have money from copper. I mean, they're not impossible to buy or anything, but I'm very happy to have been able to afford province there. Ooh, he found his fortune too, so he's going to have a pretty good turn. Not that great, actually. 4 is not a very good price point here. Not a particularly good price point here. He can get a crumbling castle if he wants for like 3 points, and that may be what he does. But if I draw deck, Province Emporium is probably safe. It's going to be hard because he just buys the ruined market. That's really interesting. Okay. That's really, really interesting. I don't know if it's right, but it's the thing I keep saying. I can double province this turn for sure. Province Emporium is not. Maybe it's safe. He's gonna have 3 buys potentially. I don't actually know, of course, that I'm gonna draw through yet. So. At some point I'm going to want to play the survivors and try and find a... Yeah, okay. So... It's really sad that I don't have the thing. But... he may have one of these by now. Actually, Fortune is safe because he just played his and he hasn't shuffled. He did play his city. He didn't play his city quarter, so he has foreign debt. I don't know that he has all that much money. So I go Province Emporium. Then if I go Province Emporium, then I will have 14 points. And he could score 10 fairly easily. But it wouldn't be finish. I think I'm going to do that with this thing that I'm saying. Like, obviously I could double province. I just want to see a city quarter in this hand. And then I would be, you know, fully relieved. He's playing Necro, so he didn't find a city quarter. Hopefully he doesn't even have 12 to buy province, because then, well, it's just a lot easier for me. I mean, I'm going to have province here for sure. So if I can get province while he's unable to really buy much of anything, then that at least buys me time. He goes into debt again. I find that interesting because he could easily, I mean, now he's got city core. Well, his city core still could be bottomed. I don't know. That's a little strange to me, but I just need to find my. That's a nice. That was a nice. I just need to find fortune. Okay, I didn't find it. So. He doesn't have additional buys yet, so that's still not an issue. I can't buy the Emporium though, because then Province Emporium will beat me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I can buy the Province. And then he's looking for like triple Province or something, but triple Province will lose because I'll double here. Or I may double here. And like Province Emporium, any Emporiums will just be losing. So unless I missed a buy somewhere, which is possible, I'm not seeing it, but it looks like he didn't even maybe. Well, he drew 2 cards, so he might have. But it kind of looks like he didn't find his ruin market even. So he'll probably just double Province. And then I can finish the game. Most likely. I'm going to draw at least 4 cards. It's not guaranteed at all. I shouldn't really say that, because my gladiators are already down in the bottom. But I don't need a lot of money, right? I only need $5. And I'm going to draw at least 6 cards, so. Yeah. I was gonna stop and do it, but all right. So, he won this one, and I never remember to update this score thing. I do. Okay, so he won. We won 3-1. As always, a pleasure playing Marcus, and thank you all for watching and listening, and hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you when I play either Freaky or Sammy.